Hello watch fans, birth year watches here, and today we have a real treat of horological interest to many. We're going to start with the earlier watch. This is a 1972 Omega Constellation Megaquartz. This has a rarer combination, and when I say rarer, this is the earlier watch with the earlier movement. Rumours are they made, well, there's been no certified numbers, but they think about 1,000 of these made in total, including 200 solid gold ones. This one has the Aventurine dial, which is a sort of form of quartzite. It also has the gold hands and dial indices on a steel case. At first you think, has it had a dial swap? Because these dials are precious and expensive and sought after. So you think, well, has it had this? But no, we've got examples listed on a very good website. We've got other examples. These are often known as the Stardust dial, but we've got one listed sold at Omega Mania. I think it was 2006 Omega Mania, an auction, fetched about 4,700 Swiss francs back then. Yeah, this was a early quartz watch. This button here is to set the seconds hand. It was that accurate. You can set the seconds hand separately. You can also set the hour hand separately. So if you just want to change time zone, you can do that without upsetting the timekeeping. It is that precise. They were talking plus or minus 1 second a month when new. Now, it's on a shark skin strap, or what looks like shark skin. It's got an Omega buckle on it, but it would have had an Omega clasp when new, or a bracelet. So this part is old. I would replace it, but for the fact of keeping it all together, you want the strap. And I would give it to somebody and say, can you make me another watch strap that looks just like this? And I'll wear it on that. All working as it should. The date quick sets by advancing the hour hand by 24 hours, so it doesn't take too long. And it's that dial, there's no cracks. This Stardust Aventurine dial is awesome. I mean, it is just glitter. So, this one has a slightly different caliber number, but don't confuse it, that is pretty much the same caliber. It's just coming up to midnight, so we'll just advance it over. There we go, so that the hour hand sits right. At least you can see it's working. It has a 14 karat gold bezel. This has the original solid link bracelet. It's the right code, this 1209202 bracelet, and the bracelet is long enough for most wrists. I have to wear it with a little bit of an expansion on, and I will put this one on because it looks awesome. Now, this is the first watch to be classed as a marine chronometer. Again, highest specification you can get in timekeeping. Technically, it's exactly the same as the other watch. You've got the same TSA, the independent second hand button. It's the same movement, just with a different caliber number. But this was the first watch to be a marine chronometer, and to the best of our knowledge, the only watch to ever be awarded that status. Signed crown on both of them, signed clasp. I'm going to put this one on. Now, these are only 32mm across, but it's a chunky monkey. It feels it, there's weight there. Awesome bit of Omega's history. We've never had either of these before. And what happens, I buy one and I get offered the other. Of course I'm going to say yes. This is a more common watch. They were made about 7,000 of these, 6,000, 7,000. There's to fewer than 1,000 of these. This one is the more valuable watch, even though this one has the bracelet. If I was being naughty, I would have swapped them over, but this is how they came. We're keeping it together. This bracelet on this watch would probably add another £500 to the price, and when it comes to the price, this is the more expensive one because of the dial. And it's slightly earlier, but let's face it, it's because of the dial. Doesn't matter this has got the bracelet, doesn't matter this has got solid gold bezel, the dial, it's the dial. I do like the shark skin. I'm going to just see if I can put this on. It's a longer video than normal. Obviously there's two watches to discuss, but they are special watches as well. The way that it plays with the light. These were massively over-engineered because what Omega didn't want you to do is for your first experience of a quartz watch to be a poor one. And they were not cheap. They were not cheap at all. So you were paying a premium. You wanted the watch to work. Hamilton made a mistake when they launched the world's first battery-powered watch of not training dealers in how to fix and maintain them. So when I say prices, you can see why we don't do it. Put watches on, it's a bit clunky. This was about 60% more than a Speedmaster Professional back in 1973. 60% more than a Speedy. We don't have the exact price on this one, but it was cheaper than this one by a good way. As I say, that's changed now. And if you want to see more on either of these watches, head to birthyearwatches.com. They are a bit special. I apologise for the longer video. I know a lot of you are at work and want to get through. All the details for each watch are on there, the dimensions. I think this one has been polished by the look of it. This one, not so certain. I don't think it has. Maybe. It wouldn't be surprising. They are a bit of a door frame catcher. Very, very cool early 70s quartz watches at an absolute pioneer in time. Hugely desirable. Thank you so much for watching and bearing with if you have. If you like cool vintage watches, please subscribe. It does help. It spreads the word. And of course you get to see some really interesting things. The watch we showed this morning was much cheaper than this, but interesting in a different way. Whereas these are 4 figures, that is low 2 figures. So we show a variety. We hopefully will see you next time. Thanks for watching.